palms here. What's up, guys? James Palms here, taking a look at all the palms today. It's Good Friday, so happy Easter, everyone, and beautiful day here. It's about, current temperature is about 13 Celsius, so we've reached our high. It is early in the morning still, though. It's only about 11 o'clock. There is some gusts of wind coming periodically, but nothing that the palms can't handle. So let's take a look around and just see how it's looking here for Easter 2022. In the backyard here in Ontario, Canada. I know some parts of Canada are getting some snow, but here we're getting treated with some pretty lovely sunshine and pretty mild temperatures. So 13, 14 degrees, can't complain about that. All right, let's turn the camera around and let me show you guys all the palms in the yard. So we'll start off right here with my largest female, which my feet are about 5 feet in the air, around there. So this is nice, good vantage point, and I'm about 6'6", so you get a really high look into the top of the crown. Came out perfect. I've mentioned in some other videos, it is flowering right now. Sorry, there's one of those gusts of wind I was talking about, but it is flowering right now. I don't know if my male is going to be ready. My male is pushing the flowers out quite quickly, but anyways, that's a great look into the crown and sort of an overall look of the palm. Some of these lower ones, as they get older, when you bend them up, they kind of, the part of the petiole that's attached to the trunk doesn't like the fibers being ripped, so they sag down later on. That's a product of tying them up. They wouldn't be sagging. They were sitting at a nice horizontal plane prior to me covering them up, but that's just a product of the winterization process. So let me just see here. Grass is definitely starting to green up, and there it is in the ground with the gust of wind coming out. But here's my, well, I'll start at this one. This is my 4-year-old, I guess, 4-year-old Washingtonia robusta that I grew from seed. I got this box around it still. Here's the trunk. There's the trunk with my hand. It is getting quite large, and it's light green. That's from lack of sun, from being in the box, because it pushed these fronds up while they were inside the box, so they're still very light green. It's been out for a couple days now. You can see them starting to green up. This one's starting to green up a little more. Got a little more sun. That one's greening up a little more too. But this is the lightest one because it's mostly in shade, I guess, at this time. But nevertheless, yeah, it did great. Come out of the winter perfect. So, and this little box is still here because one night we're supposed to get down to -2 Celsius. And for these little easy ones, they pretty much puts them in full sun, just taking these two sides off. So I just do this, and then that way, if anything does creep up on me, I can cover them back up. I usually do this just to sort of acclimatize them to the sun too. It doesn't hurt to put it on. These ones actually do okay, just bringing them straight into full sun, but I do that once in a while. It doesn't hurt, just in case, because I don't trust our climate. You never know. You can get a really warm day and a really cold night, so you have to wait and see. But I believe there's nothing that would hurt them. But the fronds, when they get a frost, they do tend to get stained brown, kind of. They kind of change color, and they don't really, it takes a little while for them to come back. So I try to avoid it if at all possible. I just got some of these guys sitting out here. Some other ones on the other side of the house, just sitting out in the sun. And yeah, this one's pushing its flowers up really good. Those flowers will still be about 3 weeks away, I'd say, though, depending on the temperature. But this one came out great too. And it's got another flower stalk over here. There's one of those gusts again, but it is warm though. So there it is. It looks better when the wind's not blowing it all to hell, but there's my 2 tall windmills, and you can't see the other washi, but it's nice with the 2 windmills and 2 washies inside Washingtonia robusta, Mexican fan palms, and these common name is windmill palms. So, and I got those 2 there will grow up. they'll beat these palms out quite quickly, and they're really bushy, so they'll actually fill out that whole corner. Is going to be like sort of a tropical little corner. That's where my patio table goes in the summertime for sitting in a joint, but it would be nice just sitting on my patio looking out at a wall of palms with the pool. So here, I'll come over here to my other Washingtonia robusta, my biggest one, my Mexican fan palm here. This big bad boy sitting in the sun, looking great. Came out perfect. Again, I just left this box up for now, but looking good. Came out beautiful. You'll see some of these sort of dried out dead tips. That's probably on some of the lower ones. Some of them I snap them, or they snap themselves, or they get really twisted trying to pry those up. That's the hardest part about protecting this palm, believe it or not, is actually just tying these scary fronds up, because they have that, so without getting opened up, and they're just very tough fronds too, so that's actually the hardest part, is trying to tie those fronds up. So and here's the palmetto. It's looking super sad. It has actually pushed some growth though with the warmth we had. Yesterday it was 22 Celsius, so we have actually had some warmth, which did make it grow, but it just looks like garbage. I think I'm going to still chop it down. So nevertheless, it's there for now. We'll see. I might wait. If it starts growing, I'll leave it for the summer. I don't believe I want to protect it in the fall though. And then here's my two. These were tiny ones when I planted them, but these are my two in the front garden, my smaller windmill palms, my smallest windmill palms in the ground. But smallest meaning that's about 7-8 feet. The top of that is about 8 feet. So the top of the fronds, it's opening a frond right now. It's been opening it for a little while. It's not moving too fast yet, but they will. And this one has quite a large trunk for a windmill. It's much bigger than my other two trunks. It's got a great big caliper. It doesn't look big in the video, I know, but probably always say that. Sound like a broken record. All the flowers are coming up, of course. All the flowers for Easter. These ones are actually, these little tiny blue ones are actually a weed, but I just let them invade the little garden so that you get the whole blue garden in the spring. So, and this one came out great. Much shorter, a little bit slower growing, but the fronds are stiffer and it's a much tinier look. It always comes out and the fronds snap right back into place. It just looks like a tidy. That one looks sloppy because they're kind of bigger and floppier and they bend over. And that one's just keeps a much tidier look, and that's actually in more shade too. This one's is in pretty much full sun. Well, all morning, and it even gets some midday sun with the angle, and then they both get all afternoon shade, but this one gets the least sun of the two, and still keeps a nice tidy look, but it's catching up now. It's starting to come along. So yeah, anyways, it's a beautiful day. Feels like quite lovely in the sun. If it wasn't windy, man, you'd be hot actually. But here's just a quick look at another one of my seed-grown washies here. That's the brother to the other one that's in the ground, the 3-year-old. So this one's 3 years old too. So this is what you can expect. This is about 4 feet tall to the emerging spear, and this is what you can expect for about 4 years of growing. And this is in a cold climate, so definitely you could get it in a year or two if you were in a more southern zone. It's a pretty big pot though. It doesn't look big, but that's about as big as you want to lift. That one there did actually hurt my back already once. So, and I got this one here that I gave to my neighbor. I just I bring it in the house for him so that it doesn't die. And I give it back to him each spring. And yeah, I didn't give it any light. No sunlight. It sat in a dark closet. So these fronds are starting to get some sunlight now and stiffen up. And there's my Chinese fan palms. There's about 8 palms in there. They got sunburned a little bit, but nevertheless. All right, guys. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. There's a full spring update, Easter update, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for watching. Later.